TikTok started as a place for goofy dance challenges, lip syncs, and viral jokes. But today, it is something far more complicated and powerful. A platform that influences real-life crime investigations. Across the globe, missing person alerts, cold case clues, and court developments go viral faster than traditional news outlets can catch up. In some cases, investigations are shaped not just by detectives, but by millions of users analyzing footage, theorizing, and sharing. This is not entertainment, at least not entirely. Social media hasn't simply changed how we watch crime. It has changed how crime happens, or at least how it's perceived, processed, and even solved. We now live in an era where virtual detectives have serious influence. But with that influence comes real risk. Misinformation, privacy concerns, and unintended harm to victims' families. In this documentary, we explore how TikTok is reshaping modern true crime. We dig into cases that have become viral, examine the impact on law enforcement and victims, and ask the hard question: how should we use this power responsibly? TikTok's design, with its short, emotionally charged clips, is ideal for a new kind of crime storytelling. Unlike full-length documentaries or hour-long news segments, TikTok delivers bite-sized drama, 15 to 60 seconds per video. That format encourages users to consume rapidly, replay, and share. The algorithm favors content that captures attention quickly, which often means suspense, mystery, or emotional moments. While crime documentary fans used to rely on long-form podcasts or TV specials, TikTok has democratized crime commentary. Anyone with a smartphone can post students, survivors, true crime enthusiasts. They all upload snippets, theories, or commentary. This has created a unique kind of public participation, not just viewing, but investigating. Researchers from universities and media studies programs have noted a growing behavior among TikTok users: a collective investigation. Instead of simply sharing content, users collaborate. They rewatch van life videos, pause and zoom, compare backgrounds, check geolocations, and assemble timelines. What emerges is a crowd-powered detective effort, fueled by curiosity and the reach of a global platform. This collective behavior has changed how missing person cases and crimes operate in the public eye. On TikTok, users not only theorize, they sometimes generate tangible leads. Missing posters now circulate through TikTok's For You page, and creators mobilize followers to check maps, visit known locations, or call tip lines. In some cases, these digital investigators have provided angles that mainstream media missed. For example, sleuths have identified places in travel vlogs, geo-tagged coordinates in user-uploaded footage, and cross-referenced social media posts to build new timelines. This has real value. It helps maintain attention on cold cases and missing person investigations. However, this crowd-driven involvement also brings risk. Not everyone interpreting a theory is trained in law enforcement, journalism, or forensics. As a result, speculation can become widespread, and unverified content can gain traction, sometimes faster than official channels can manage. And when the public pressure mounts, law enforcement can feel compelled to respond, even if the leads are not actionable. In 2021, the disappearance of Gabby Petito, a young travel vlogger, became one of the most viral cases in the age of social media. Her cross-country van life trip, documented on YouTube, suddenly made headlines after she went missing during her travels on TikTok. Creators quickly picked up the story. A creator named Paris Campbell posted theories, analyzed her last known videos, and asked probing questions. What she posted wasn't just viral, it mobilized thousands. The hashtag #FindGabbyPetito exploded on TikTok. Clips of her van, her personal journals, and old YouTube clips were reposted, dissected, and reinterpreted. Users compared her white van's decorations, travel routes, timestamps, and destinations. Many creators played detective, connecting map dots, tracking her movements, or speculating on her last known location. That kind of grassroots digital energy mattered. It brought awareness. It kept the public's eyes on the case. And crucially, it created a feedback loop. As the public theorized, police responded. As investigations progressed, TikTok updated. And as TikTok's theories evolved, public attention grew. One of the most powerful impacts of the TikTok frenzy was the sheer volume of engagement. Some users claim to have uncovered new angles, map overlays drawn by creators, replays of old footage, and community-driven visual breakdowns of her last messages. The attention gave the case a sustained light in the media, pushing it far beyond what local news might have done alone. This isn't just anecdotal. Media scholars note that user-generated theories and footage can sometimes supply valuable context to investigators' ideas or leads. Posted publicly can guide journalists and even law enforcement to revisit timelines or locations they may have originally dismissed. But not all attention was helpful. Alongside thoughtful analysis came rampant speculation. There were cases where users misinterpreted background footage, made wild assumptions about what they saw, or floated theories with little to no evidence. Some of this content spread quickly. Law enforcement agencies reportedly received an influx of tips from TikTok users, some credible, many not. The challenge: sorting signal from noise. In several interviews, detectives said that while some tips were intriguing, many were repetitive, misinformed, or redundant. This volume of leads may seem beneficial, but it also places strain on investigative resources. Furthermore, the rush to produce content created ethical questions. Certain creators seemed more motivated by virality than truth. They posted speculative videos, sometimes without clarifying which parts were confirmed and which were conjectured. Some of their content risked misinforming viewers, especially those who don't double-check sources. Media scholars have studied the Petito case as a pivotal example of how TikTok has changed true crime. According to an analysis from the University of Amsterdam's Masters of Media program, platforms like TikTok can democratize investigations. But they also introduce noise overload, complicating how investigators and the media validate public tips. Some creators openly warned their followers, not everything is verified. These disclaimers reflect a tension in TikTok true crime. The community feels powerful, but not always right. In 2023, the tragic murder of Brianna Ghey, a 16-year-old from England, became a viral topic on social media, especially TikTok. She was killed in a manner that shocked her community, and her death raised urgent conversations around violence, youth, and trans rights. Because of her story, TikTok wasn't just a platform for speculation. It became a space for activism. Within hours of news breaking, TikTok content creators raised awareness. Hashtags like #JusticeForBrianna Ghey spread rapidly. Influencers and activists posted heartfelt videos calling for justice and urging authorities to prioritize transparency. Young creators highlighted the case as a symptom of broader societal issues: mental health, systemic neglect, and violence against trans youth. Their content resonated deeply, especially within marginalized communities. TikTok became more than a platform. It became a protest stage. Media reports later confirmed that this surge in public pressure influenced law enforcement. Police statements were released more quickly. Updates were shared. The coverage was not just reactive. It was shaped in part by the online community demanding accountability. However, the public spotlight was not entirely healthy. While many users demanded justice, some speculators began to name potential suspects. Based on little evidence, there were incorrect identifications, leaked personal photos, and rumors published as fact. Some creators posted images or private details about her classmates, or people allegedly involved. Families soon begged social media platforms to remove harmful content. The deluge of content complicated the investigation as detectives and the public grappled with what was real and what was rumor. TikTok in this case served as both a megaphone for activism and a wildfire for dangerous speculation. The Brianna Ghey case raises difficult questions. Who owns the narrative of a crime once it goes viral? Do creators who amplify a victim's story also carry responsibility for protecting private data and respecting boundaries? Can a platform built for short entertainment hold space for grief, justice and trauma? In many ways, her case demonstrates TikTok's double-edged power. It elevates voices often ignored, but the speed and scale of content production make ethical guardrails difficult to maintain. In 2022, the University of Idaho was rocked by the murders of 4 students living off campus. The shock reverberated nationwide. But what made this tragedy especially tangled was the internet response. TikTok went all in. Creators began dissecting every possible piece: security footage, roommate social media accounts, Venmo transactions, Instagram stories. There were bold claims. Some innocent people were named publicly as suspects purely based on viral speculation. A local professor, for example, was wrongly implicated in online videos. Some of the claims escalated so much that defamation lawsuits were threatened. Authorities clearly felt the pressure. In press briefings, police repeatedly warned, TikTok speculation is hurting the investigation. The constant stream of viral theories disrupted formal communication channels, swamped tip lines, and made public messaging more delicate. Many residents and observers worried that online sleuths were doing more harm than good. They argued that the flood of misinformation could derail the professional investigation, distract from viable leads, and even put innocent lives at risk. The Idaho case is a microcosm of a growing problem. When thousands of users believe they can treat a real crime like a puzzle, they often lack the training, context, and ethics to piece it together responsibly. The allure of solving the case can sometimes overshadow reality and accountability. This phenomenon raises critical questions. Should citizen sleuthing be regulated? What responsibilities do creators have when naming individuals or making claims? How do we protect both the integrity of investigations and the privacy and dignity of innocence? Thabo Bester is a South African convict widely known as the Facebook rapist. He was convicted of multiple serious crimes, including rape and murder, but his story didn't end behind bars. In 2022, a prison fire broke out at Mangang Correctional Center, and reports claimed he'd died inside. Public outrage simmered. But social media sleuths weren't buying it. Investigators, journalists, and TikTok creators began dissecting the case, comparing photos, analyzing prison reports, calling out inconsistencies people questioned the official narrative. And eventually, many of them were proven right. A report from South Africa's public protector later confirmed that prison officials delayed reporting his escape by months, a delay that many critics say allowed Bester to vanish from official records. 2 senior prison officials later received written warnings for their handling of the incident. Then, in a dramatic twist, Bester was arrested in Tanzania in April 2023, alive and allegedly living comfortably with someone close to him. While TikTok was not the only platform covering Bester's escape, the case became a major talking point among true crime creators. People online analyzed inconsistencies, pushed for accountability, and demanded transparency from authorities. The public outcry, amplified by social media, may have played a role in pushing investigations and media coverage forward. It highlighted how social media can act as a check on institutions that might otherwise bury or downplay critical incidents. Bester's trial for his prison escape is extensive and protracted. Prosecutors estimated it would run for more than 24 weeks. His legal team has changed multiple times, a symptom of the high stakes and shifting public interest. Some co-accused have also tried to block the release of docu-series, citing reputational harm. TikTok isn't just a platform for opinions. For law enforcement, it's a digital goldmine. Videos posted by users can contain metadata, geolocation, and background visuals that are traceable. These digital breadcrumbs can support investigations. Many police departments now monitor TikTok for eyewitness videos, confessions, or uploads from witnesses. This shift illustrates how social media is becoming part of formal investigative processes. But there are serious ethical challenges here. A 2025 study on digital forensics warns that using user-uploaded content for investigations raises privacy risks. Forensic analysts must grapple with questions like, When is it acceptable to use a public post in a criminal case? Are we respecting the privacy of people who didn't intend to provide their video as evidence? The chain of custody, consent, and legal legitimacy become complicated. Not all TikTok content is organic. Researchers have found evidence of coordinated, inauthentic behavior, groups of accounts amplifying specific narratives. This means that not every viral claim or theory comes from genuine individuals. Some are strategically promoted. For investigations, this adds a layer of complexity. What if a trending theory is not honest, but engineered? Given these risks, experts are calling for stronger ethical frameworks. That means creators and viewers both need to act responsibly. When sharing crime content, users must ask, am I contributing evidence or spreading speculation? Am I respecting privacy? Some creators already do this when they label theories, differentiate between what we know and what we think, and emphasize that their content is not law enforcement but not all do, and the system as a whole still lacks formal guidelines. TikTok's algorithm promotes content that engages, not content that's correct. Sensational or emotionally charged posts often gain more traction than carefully verified reports. This leads to situations where rumors spread faster than corrections. False TikTok videos, whether about suspects, crime scenes, or motives, can mislead the public. Sometimes creators repeat unverified details just for views. When truth moves slowly, speculation races ahead. For victims' families, viral crime content can feel like double victimization. While they may appreciate the attention on their case, they may also be exposed to unkind commentary, speculation, and conspiracy theories. Some families publicly beg users to stop making theories. Others request that private family videos be removed. But on a platform designed to amplify content, controlling visibility is difficult. Not all creators are motivated by justice. Some are driven by clicks, engagement, or monetization. When tragedy becomes a trend, the line between raising awareness and exploiting pain blurs. Viewers, too, can play a role. Justice content may sometimes be consumed for entertainment rather than empathy. The very format that provides visibility, short, emotionally charged videos, also detracts from nuance. Always confirm details with reputable sources, police, official statements, court records. Check multiple outlets before reposting. Don't rely solely on TikTok. Before spreading a viral theory, pause. Ask, is there evidence? Accusations have real consequences. Wrongful claims can lead to defamation, harassment, and legal action. Only share names if they've been publicly confirmed by authorities. Be very careful about copying or reposting unverified content. If a family asks for privacy, honor that. Avoid reposting sensitive personal content. Don't post graphic or private footage just for engagement. Instead, uplift verified advocacy and official fundraising campaigns. Follow creators who cite documents, interview people, and clearly distinguish fact from opinion. Share content from investigative journalists, not just viral theorists. Use your voice to push for justice, not speculation. Ask, am I helping or hurting? Understand your role as a viewer, not just as an entertainment consumer. Use your platform, no matter how small, to support responsible content. TikTok has challenged the boundaries between traditional journalism, activism, and law enforcement. Today, a viral TikTok video can prompt real investigations. But this dynamic raises critical questions. Who is responsible for vetting? Who holds the power? When used well, TikTok can do good. Amplify overlooked cases, pressure institutions to act, help build community support, provide real-time updates to families and investigators, but there's no denying the risk. Without strong ethical guidelines, social media detective work can become chaotic, harmful, or misleading. To minimize harm, both platforms and creators must evolve. Advocate for better moderation and fact-checking, especially around crime content. Call for law enforcement to build transparent policies for using social media evidence. Encourage creators to self-regulate. Label speculations, separate verified facts, clarify motives. Educate viewers about digital literacy, how to engage safely, not recklessly. TikTok is not just a stage for dance challenges anymore. It's a battleground for truth, justice, and attention. It has democratized crime investigation. It has empowered communities. It has exposed institutional failures. But with that power comes responsibility. Whether you're a creator, a commenter, or a casual viewer, how you engage matters. Speculation without verification, accusations without evidence. These are not harmless. These are real lives, real cases, real pain. If TikTok is reshaping true crime, then we must do more than watch. We must act responsibly, with integrity, curiosity, and respect. Because in a world where one video can change an investigation, our voices have more power than ever. Thank you for watching.